Today is the day to talk about Zoom webinar. Is it any good for sales and marketing webinars? Can you consider this as a real option for these kind of events? I've hosted several Zoom webinars in the last month, and I'm here to talk about, is it good? What are the tops? What are the cons? And is it user friendly? All this kind of stuff I'm going to talk about with you today. What's up, next leaders? Rogier here to help you systemize and automate your business so that you can grow your business while living a fulfilled and awesome life. Please consider subscribing if you like this and want to stay in the loop. And yes, you do support this channel a lot by just liking and commenting below. All right, let's get to it. How good is Zoom webinar really? Is this a type of software you can consider, or do you need to look elsewhere? Let's dive in. Okay guys, welcome on my screen, and immediately on this screen you see the focus for Zoom video webinars. Corporate keynote speakers that are also going live with live virtual events, less for smaller entrepreneurs. At least that tells me this image, this page, this copy here. 100 interactive video participants until 10,000. So that's amazing. HD live broadcasting, of course, not of course, but to Facebook Live and YouTube. That's great. Q&A, follow-up, all things that are pretty standard in webinar software. Chat, Q&A, attendees can raise hand, attention indicator. That's pretty new for me. I haven't seen this in other software. And of course, the bigger software integrations, Marketo, Salesforce, HubSpot. Monetizing with PayPal and Zapier, okay, that's new. And also this image tells me, again, this is focused on bigger conferences that are going live, or a conference that is physically held somewhere, but there's also a webinar stream or something, a live stream happening. You see this here with almost 200 participants, Q&As. Probably this is the focus for Zoom webinar. So please consider this. And that's also perhaps, if we're going to summarize it in the end, you will see this has a big stake on how Zoom webinars is working. So if you're a smaller entrepreneur, immediately I would say, this is perhaps less for you. And there are other options that are, like I said, more or perhaps a better fit. Okay, let's go to the pricing. It's 37 euros a month for 100 attendees. And with all this, what I just said, live streaming and that kind of stuff. So let me just buy it now. I haven't got this activated, so it's next to my Zoom account. You could also perhaps only use Zoom Webinar. And yes, you could also just use Zoom Meeting for smaller meetups, but then with everybody with cam and mic on, or you have to tell them to put it off. I've created another video that I will post this week about this feature, doing webinars with Zoom Meeting. But okay, let me add Zoom Webinar now to my account. This is it, it's 37 euros. And you can see here, hey, for 500 participants, it's 130 euros. And here from 10,000 participants for 6,000 euros a month. Ooh. Okay. Also with the hosts, you're paying by host. That's for me new. At least it's not in other webinars, webinar software. And perhaps this is for example, if you want to hold more webinars at the same time, you cannot have one account. So you need more accounts, more hosts. So that's probably something to consider for when you are a corporation and you have like maybe 4 team members that wanting to give webinars in the same time, during the same time or during the same day. You need more hosts. For me, that's not a thing. So I'm going for the monthly. I'm not auto-renewing, and I also hope to get my money back in the end after this testing. And I'm saying buy now. Okay, and then of course we're diving into the software itself. How does it work in the rest? Okay, guys, that was it. Let's just go into my account then next. And that's the first thing. Where do I start? I'm able to host a meeting. I'm able to schedule a meeting. But where's the button to just start a webinar? That's also most of the time a little strange. You need to go to my account. And then again, you see your meetings, your webinars, and other stuff you have. And okay, here you are. This is the webinar center from Zoom. And here it starts to get pretty simple, let's say. You see my previous webinars. You see my webinar templates. That's nice. I mean, I'm able to use a previous webinar as a template or save a template. So I will be doing that, but let me just schedule a webinar for next week. New webinar description. No, I'm not giving this up now. And I'm selecting a template. So for a spontaneous session, this is Dutch. And oh, yes, immediately also the topic is changed in Dutch, sorry. Description, and I'm able to, of course, to say, hey, when will I be holding this webinar? Duration, is this a recurring webinar? No. Does it need registration? Yes, of course, it does for a webinar. I want to use it for marketing and maybe for sales. Webinar passport, no. So these are, okay, pretty simple. I want to enable the practice session. That's perhaps immediately a tutorial. You want this practice session because then, yeah, you're able to say, hey, don't start the webinar yet, even if you're in the software, in the room. Okay, let me, this is a cool feature, make the webinar on demand. So people can, after the webinar is being held, they can watch the webinar back if you also use the cloud recording. So you need to have the webinar in the cloud and they can watch it on a later, in a later time. Okay, let's schedule. This is it. I've scheduled my webinar. So that's how super simple it is to create a new webinar. A few buttons and we're done in a few minutes. And then, like you see, you have a lot of options to invite people. You're now able to invite 100 people and you're able to invite panelists. So maybe guest speakers you want to invite. So that's able here. You're able to do that here. And you see the registration URL also added here. So I'm able now to just go to this page and you see, hey, this is my webinar registration. And I'm able, of course, to change this title and change the topic and description, but not a lot else. Let me see what else I can change here. Let me see, automatically approve, yes. Multiple devices. Okay, this is cool. And I'm able, of course, to change the branding a little bit. So I'm saying, of course, but that's not normal. My webinar title, I'm able to upload a banner. Wow, cool. Do I have a banner somewhere ready? Let me see. Okay, sorry. Of course, it needs a special requirement. I'm able to upload my logo, add some speakers, change the theme. Okay, that's cool. Even custom. So you're even able to use a custom theme. I'm going for black now. You're able to say, hey, what's the post attendee URL, the webinar survey, some social media description and banner. So when somebody shares it, what text is popping up and what image is popping up. So that's cool. So these are pretty basic because now I've changed it. And let me see. I've changed it to black. Oh yeah, the button is now black. And my webinar title has been changed. And I'm still seeing all these buttons beneath. Okay, that's how far you can go if you talk about the registration process and the branding of that session. Maybe I'll try to figure out if I can upload a logo for you guys. Wait a second. Okay, sorry, this takes a little bit too much time. Next is polls. You can create your own poll. Test Q, answer 1, 2, 3, maybe multiple choice. And you're able to use this during a live webinar. Let me see if this is going to work when we're going live. Q&A, people can, of course, send in questions and you can answer them. integrations. Yes, but this starts to look a little bit complicated, I have to say. Pardo is I don't know, this software. So yeah. Okay, you can you can. And yeah, you can live stream to Facebook, to a page, to a group, and to a workplace. I don't know anybody that's using this, but you're able to do that. And to YouTube, but not together. I've tested this. So you can also only choose live on Facebook or live on YouTube. Okay, that's it. Forgot one. That's the email settings. You can set your emails here in English and the other biggest languages, but not for myself in Dutch. Of course, you have your email contacts, email to to panelists. That's so special. And of course, when somebody registrates for the webinar, you can create your own confirmation email with the subject and the body. But still, this is all pre-filled. So, doesn't look nice. And my signature and a little, you're able to edit 3 boxes in a full email. So not fully customizable, not fully able to customize. And the same goes for the reminder emails that you can send out 1 hour, 1 day, and 1 week beforehand. So I've seen other software that are where you're able to do this a little bit better. Same goes, I guess, for the email follow-ups and the people that were not able to come to your webinar. So that's actually pretty nice, of course, that you're able to send an email to people that haven't visited the webinar. So, guys, this is for the settings you're able to make, and quick, good, and bad. Quick, good is it's okay. It's pretty easy, not super easy. Pretty easy. The branding, I didn't really like. You're not able to brand everything, and the page, the registration page, is still Zoom, not customized, not totally your own. So I would probably make my own landing page, but I don't want people that are probably landing maybe from an advertisement or something to this page. It looks bad. So that's that. Let me see another thing I want to mention. Where is my screen? Sorry. And also the email settings did not really like. So some cons, not branded emails, no branded registration page are minor branding options. Let's start the webinar. I've now started the webinar, and I was able to do this just for my app on the Mac, the Zoom app. So this was the webinar I've just started. So that's cool. You're able to use the Zoom meeting app for also hosting or starting Zoom webinars. Cool. And yeah, there you have it. It's similar as Zoom meeting, of course, but then with polling and Q&A. And the other features, live on Facebook, live on Workplace, live on YouTube. So that's cool. So now I would be able to start my own webinar if I log in and that kind of stuff. Go to my YouTube live account, allow this, and I will be able to go live on YouTube. Go live. Wow, that's cool. And that was quick, right? Few clicks. Q&A, pretty nice. People can send in questions, then it's open. If they are answered or dismissed, it's organized. So also if maybe you have like a sidekick that can help you out, it does work. The polling, okay, I have this poll created beforehand and I'm now able to launch it. So now people would be able to see it. That was cool. Of course, this is practice mode, so if I'm going to broadcast it, everybody can join the webinar for real. First thing that feels for me, it feels super familiar because I'm using this Zoom meeting a lot, and it just works. It's super, super stable. I've never had a Zoom meeting went wrong, and I have the same feeling for a Zoom webinar, and I have held some Zoom webinars that it just works. It just does its thing. Also, when inviting panelists and other speakers, went great. No problems at all. yeah, this is it. This is it. I mean, you can share your screen, you can share your whiteboard, you can share your iPhone, you can share some sound, computer sound. You're able to do so much at this point, and this is actually totally the same as Zoom meeting. Nothing special here, nothing Zoom webinar-ish, but every attendee is of course muted and their webcam is off. So that's the biggest thing that's different, that makes it different than a Zoom meeting. And of course, the registration process with the emails, reminders, and that kind of stuff. That's it, guys. For here, one downside I cannot really show you guys, but I saw during a live webinar that if attendees show up and they are going to chat, they chat to all panelists. I'm a panelist, but they are not a panelist, they are attendee. So they have to switch to all panelists and attendees to make this a chat that everybody can see. That didn't happen. I've asked them, my attendees, several times, hey guys, can you switch to all panelists? But they didn't, and I was the only one seeing their chat. So yeah, that didn't really work. I was also not able to highlight a comment and maybe show that live. I was also not able to like pop up an advertisement for a product or a special link. I needed that to chat to everybody. I was not able for them to just easily click on a big page or have a banner with my product on it. I felt that those things are a little downsides from using Zoom webinar. Plus the lack of registration or the lack of branding in the registration process, the lack of direct integrations with, for example, email marketing software. You need a Zapier in between. So you need to zap your new registrations to, for example, ActiveCampaign or other email marketing software. I didn't really like that. So I would say Zoom is perfect for bigger corporations or bigger companies that want to have team meetups, but not regular team meetups where everybody is having their webcam on, but more like webinars. Zoom webinar will be brilliant for those kind of meetings. Also, when you just have a different registration process, perhaps you have a big event for 100 people that are paying, and the registration is handled by the payment process, and you just email people the confirmation link, because you can also say, hey guys, this is the URL with the password to sign up. That would be perfect. But not for me, for marketing and sales, because then I want those features of my fast registration process with my own branding page, with my own branded page, like you see in Webinar Jam, Webinar Geek. It's more, that's just better. I missed the ability to change the branding of the emails, like I showed you. I will go out of here, leave meeting. Where is it? I'm not totally out of it. Oh, you see it here. Yeah, the branded emails. You're not able to really change that. I mean, only these three options. It's not much. And since I'm Dutch, there's a lot of English copy in the mail. Didn't like that. So yeah, like I said, there's some plus sides and downsides. I would say corporate, bigger companies, yes. Smaller companies like me that want to do marketing and sales webinars, no, not so much. I would not recommend it. Price-wise, it's almost the same. So for 100 people, it's almost the same price as for Webinar Jam or Webinar Geek or other sort-like software. So guys, this was it. Hope you liked my review of Zoom webinar. Let me know your questions below so I can, of course, answer them. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. And yes, you do support this channel a lot by just liking the video below. It will pop up in this algorithm and will help me tremendously. Thank you so much, and see you guys in another video.